Hi there, I'm Chris. I'm not a chef. Like you, I'm just trying to get through the coronavirus while in lockdown. But I do know a lot about food and the food business and food safety. So I'm here to help you have a better time and learn more so you don't get freaked out in the kitchen while you're being holed up in the house.
Now, one thing I want to point out that I see beginners get wrong, and even people who aren't beginners, is tasting as you go. So as I'm going through all of this, I'm tasting, so I don't get to the end and it tastes terrible. So as you go, you want to get a clean spoon or fork, and we'll get a little potato in there. And I need some salt and pepper. Now, had I just thrown that in the fridge and waited an hour, it'd be nice and cold, but it would still need salt and pepper. So, something to be very cognizant of is as you're cooking, try stuff, taste it, and your taste buds will tell you how much you need. And I can tell on this one, I need a decent amount of salt, not a ton. And get some fresh black pepper, not so much of that. And then we take our wooden spatula and we stir some. And now the thing with some of these flavors is that it will kind of evolve a little bit as it sits in the fridge. So just because it tastes some way now doesn't mean that it's just going to change now that I put the salt and pepper. So we'll let it set and we'll try again later, and we can make some final adjustments before serving if we need to.
One thing I think is important to add to that video too is, people worry about over seasoning and over salting things. That's why you should go gradually, and that just reinforces the fact that you should try things. So if you're not sure how much salt or soy sauce or butter or whatever it is that you're trying to add, just do a little and then try it. Do a little more and try it. Being cautious is okay. You don't have to do it exactly right, and some recipes may even be a little off for your taste. So if you look at something and you think to yourself, a whole tablespoon of salt, put a half and then try it. And then, if you're right, then good. If you're wrong, then put the other half in. Now, of course, the only thing that doesn't apply with is baking. Be very careful with baking because baking is so much art, but also so much science. So in anything but baking, you can kind of free pour if you like, or do it in your own way. But in a lot of things with baking, you probably should be following the recipes as close as possible, and maybe even not necessarily tasting certain things. If you have health issues, you obviously don't want to be eating raw eggs if you're making cookies and things like that. So just something I wanted to throw to the end there. Thanks.